Oh my goodness. I am very glad that was caught, because for some reason it is not showing up on the Twitch activity feed. Aqua, thank you so much for 7 months. Oh my goodness, that is very much appreciated. The exclamation mark attack command actually requires you to specify what kind of attack when you use that. There's actually a lot of different elemental attacks. We got fire, we got water, we got electric. Why am I blanking out? Ice. We've got the ice element. The wind element. Thank you for the pedal storm, Sangi. Oh yes, Sangi. I don't know if I said it earlier, but you do have your command. Your command is up and running. I believe I just kept it at exclamation mark Sangi to make it easier. What? Oh my goodness, it's bugging out again. I love it when that happens. What is this nonsense? Yeah, it didn't not reset your HP to where it was supposed to be.
Ozzy! Oi, oi, oi!
Hey, look, the 25% rolled. There's actually a 25% chance of the sound roll in. I decided to do a little bit of both, but I decided to let RNG decide on whether the sound played or not. So there we go. 25% in it for the first time. For lack of sleep. NVIDIA driver version 582.28 and Final Fantasy along do not get along. Oh, you're using the latest NVIDIA driver? I heard the latest NVIDIA driver was crap. So I have not touched a newer version at all. Is that to roll back to a more stable version? Yeah, the newest version of the NVIDIA driver is crap right now. I don't even think it's just Final Fantasy 14, actually. But oh my goodness, you started with Final Fantasy 14 Online. My goodness, we'll have to meet up at some point in Final Fantasy 14. I Final Fantasy 14 once in a while, but I'm usually where the heck do I usually wind up in Final Fantasy 14 now? I think I'm usually in the Dawn Trial area near the end, because that's where you get the latest treasure maps. I love the treasure maps. Thank you for the hug, Hemlock. Also, welcome on in, Hemlock. Good to see you. There's a lot of people I gotta say hello to, in fact. We got a lot of legends. Firebot's already deleting the messages, so I'm gonna scroll up on the activity feed so I can actually see the chat messages. There we go. Congrats on getting first Omega. Congrats on getting second Cake. Congrats on getting third. It was labeled as second because of how close YouTube redeemed it. But Firebot did process it as third. But that was very close. Also, Aqua, check it in. 99 sessions, 99%. That is so catchy. We are going to fix that bug where the 100 sessions is not acknowledged. It's a very easy oversight. I literally just placed the LSIF in the wrong spot. That's literally all I did. I placed it in the wrong order. Oh my goodness. Also, welcome on in Sangi. Welcome on in Aqua. We got a check-in from Cake. 93 sessions, 95.9%. Wicked percentages right now. It's amazing stuff. Omega, 100 sessions, 100%. There was supposed to be a special message for hidden 100, but I placed it underneath the consecutive attendance branch for some reason. So the consecutive attendance branch ran over the other one. Rosie, welcome on in at 44 sessions, 95.7%. Heck yes, I see a lot of hugs going around. Krista is always pretty darn happy about that. Oh dear goodness, what did we... What message got Tushified? What's going on here? Ah, Tush. Yes, talking about Tush. Okay, alright. That's no surprise. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised about that. Sangi checking in, 22 sessions, has got an 84.6% on the attendance rate. Heck yes. Oh my goodness. Also, we have Omega with the 75 streak and Aqua with the 75 streak. We're hitting those 75s already. We are 25 away from hitting the first really big checkpoint that I feel Twitch underappreciates, but like 100 streams in a row is actually quite something and not very easy to get to. I mean, look, you're already building up some pretty cool streaks at 3, 5, 7, and 10, but my goodness, to make it all the way to 100 without Twitch messing up or anything like that, it's not easy to do. Welcome on in, Gothic, with the 19 sessions. Heck yes. Oh my goodness. We've also got Jazz here coming on in with a successful attack. The ads rolled. Discovered a boop plugin for Firebot. Now chat can boop each other's snoots. Plugin. I hope you don't need to install a plugin for it. It sounds like a custom command that keeps track of metadata. At least that's how you should be able to pull it off. Made it to 200 hugs. Heck yes, that is quite a milestone as well. No Krista hug getting triggered yet. What the heck? Wait, can Krista hug trigger on this scene? I don't remember. It should, because theoretically, I'm pretty sure I have an if branch that sends my character out of the way for the Krista hug here, too. It's not too difficult to do. We got the race status. Hey, look, I'm actually on there for once. I give myself a handicap because the streamer of a broadcast is automatically considered tier 3, so they get like whatever tier 3 bonuses are tied with this kind of stuff. So I usually have a minus value to offset the fact that I'm always going to be active, etc., etc. Rabid, welcome on in. I hope you're having a fantastic time zone. It is lovely to see you. Welcome on in, Jay, as well. I'm just catching up I'm actually reading 2 different parts of chat at the same time. I'm catching up on one side, and I'm catching up on the other side. What about Karista? Oh, Karista's getting hugs. If you hug a Karista, there's actually a small chance that she will squish everybody in a hug. But I believe I kept the chance at like 10% or something like that. Just at work here, having a windstorm tonight and a blizzard on the weekend. I've been seeing some activity over in the west in regards to that, and I've been seeing some central activity too, in terms of blizzards. My goodness. We do have a bit of weather to talk about, including that that clipper going through. I'm actually not sure if I should call it an Alberta clipper. It was super far south. It sort of went through southern BC, southern Alberta, then it went down into it dipped down to the US through Montana, and now it's going through North Dakota. Quite the wind events. There's actually a massive area covered in wind statements of all sorts. Corey checking in for 47 sessions, 87, a nice even 87%. But yeah, Corey's going to be lurking, self-care, all that good stuff. Now let me keep scrolling down here. Everybody's getting their ratings in. We got 21, 22. I think I got like a 12 or something low because RNG doesn't like giving out good numbers. Omega's attack with an axe went, just kept going, and going, and going. Oh my goodness. I did not the best in the shiny exchange. I got 44% of my shinies back. The crows kept most of them, I guess. Oh, 11 out of 10. It was an 11 out of 10. I too haven't had a decent sleep for 4 nights until last night, so I'll take it. Gotta recover it. Gotta recover it and get those better ratings. All that good stuff. I saw something about lightning. Lightning close to the house? Oh, man. I would love the heck out of that. I remember last year talking about, oh, that's a nature alarm I'd be okay with. And then the next day, I was woken up by thunder in the morning. I'm like, yep, I'm okay with this. My favorite way to be woken up. Jolted awake by a bunch of thunder. Just wish those thunderstorms would last a little longer. But our morning thunderstorms don't tend to last very long. In fact, a lot of the time, getting a thunderstorm in the morning over here is actually an omen of small thunderstorms throughout the day. That's usually what tends to happen when we open up with thunderstorms. Oh, Udon sneaking in with that delayed jump scare. I'm in 2 different parts of chat. I can see 2 different parts of chat at the same time. Oh my goodness, there we go. I want thunderstorm. Oh, I want many thunderstorms. Preferably severe. The more severe, the better. I like severe thunderstorms. We don't typically get tornadoes here. And I'm okay with that. The other severe weather elements, yeah, I'm okay with them. They can come swing on by anytime. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. Let me keep scrolling. I saw that Jay was on Final Fantasy 14. Oh my goodness. One of these days. One of these days we gotta arrange a time to play some Final Fantasy 14. I do have multiple classes, and I did keep a few classes at pretty low levels, so actually being in a party and not completely taking away your experience points can very much be a thing. But also, you can always do that in Fates, because Fates have a level sync feature, so I can sync down. Knocked up before even trying. Yeah, I think for some reason the battle system did not reset your maybe it's because you put an invalid thing in, so it didn't run the reset properly. I don't know. That might have been why, actually. Gotta think about that. Oh, we got lots of legends here. Okay, there we go. I think I'm catching up here. The chats have started to converge. I see all the hugs going on here. Scrolling by the hugs, including the 200 hugs. 60 hugs. Oh my goodness. 60 hugs. 60 hugs. Ah, yes, there we go. Oh my goodness. All the tush. Sometimes I'm too lazy for the metadata stuff, to be honest. Metadata is where things get real fun, because that's when you can start tracking individual statistics more easily. And you can use there is a top metadata value, so you could actually have custom table according to that. Oh my goodness. Udon, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Rabid. Enjoy the ad-free experience. Oh, we got another one going to Sangi. Thank you very much. Look at that. You're getting those badges now. Oh, Rabbit's actually got the Overcast badge. So that's the I do have a 2-month badge. I know a lot of people choose to skip the 2-month badge and go straight to the 3-1, which is understandable. I have the 1 month, the 2 month, and the 3 month. All the Twitch intervals. I'm going to start running into some problems, though, when I'm already getting to the point where the storms of high severity are badges. So now I'm going to need to start getting clever with some additional designs. After a year, finally got the energy to clean the fish tank today. Oh my goodness, that is quite an ordeal. My sister actually has a good-sized fish tank that she maintains. And yeah, it definitely looks like an ordeal to get it all cleaned up. Not be the just wait till the badge disappears. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Udon Snipe and anybody who's not subbed there. Enjoy the badges. Counts down the days just to gift it. Oh yeah, if you don't have a badge, Udon's going to notice. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Reminders on his phone. Oh my goodness. It's probably preface that there was not fish in there. They died and I got depressed and just emptied it and didn't clean it. Yeah. The motivation to clean a fish tank when there's no fish in it is not very easy to acquire. About to hit us in a bit. Yep, it's that low that's on its way. I have it on my other screen actually. As a gift sub ninja. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I may as well do your exclamation mark currency. Check how many shiny pieces you can offer to the crows. I don't suggest going all in. The RNG can be all over the place. But sometimes the RNG chooses to... Sometimes the crows give you 5 times the shinies that you offered them. Like, my goodness. Shiny Exchange is a lot of fun. I still have the chat in 2 different areas, but I'm pretty much caught up. Jazz mentioned that thunderstorm in the morning. Yeah, I want a thunderstorm over here. We are supposed to get more mild temperatures, apparently. In fact, we're actually consistently getting pointed at Tuesday. This is the 3rd day in a row I've seen Tuesday point to a warm-up, so as it gets closer and as I see consistency in it, it's like, okay, we might be in for some warmer weather. And this warmer weather looks like it might last a little longer. Now, March, I always call March the wild card month. We get a bit of both seasons. Spring and winter are always fighting during the during March. April, well, these past 2 years has been consistently mostly spring with the odd little bout of winter. So I guess we'll see what happens next year. Or, sorry, next month. I was blessed with shinies last night. Oh my goodness, yeah, Jay, you rolled a 5 times multiplier if I'm not mistaken. Got quite a bit back. There's also that 1% chance of getting something that makes all of your rolls match with one another. It's a very low chance, but it can happen. The crows will be bringing back, what is it, at least 5 times the shinies, or if you have the bird buff, 9 times the shinies. So you get a lot back when that happens. I'd love a good thunderstorm. I always have the best sleep with those. Oh, for sure. Actually, I have a hard time sleeping with them because I want to go out and see them. It's interesting. It's been a long time since I played an MMO. Last one was Blade and Soul, which was a fun material arts game. Oh. Final Fantasy XIV is pretty much the only MMO I ended up playing, but that's just because I don't have enough time to start another one. And I'm not doing World of Warcraft because their community has a reputation for toxicity and general unfriendliness. You don't get into the iffy part of community in Final Fantasy XIV until you get into like statics or the higher end raids. People who clearly play the game way too much and take the game way too seriously. Except for Crystal Tower, you actually get a mixed result with Crystal Tower because it's a mandatory alliance raid that people have to go through. So you'll get plenty of new people and you'll get mixed results. Sometimes the alliance will do just fine right off the bat, and sometimes the alliance will take chances that they probably shouldn't take. That last boss in particular rarely tells you, okay, how many people are familiar with this mechanic? Because that particular boss, if everybody rushes them, if everybody rushes that boss at the end in greeds, you can actually take the boss down. But if even a few people go cautious and decide to go defensive with the barriers and stuff, you'll party wipe if you try to greed on that boss. So, it's a very fine line. If there's a decent amount of new people, probably a good idea to just stick it safe, like everybody's instincts are telling them. That particular alliance raid is very interesting. Mind you, that's not even the last set of the alliance raid. Alliance raids come in like 3 sets, and you have to be dragged through all 3 for post the Realm Reborn. You get pulled through them. you still learn some pretty good stuff. You learn some lore that's important later. I mean, a decent number of that lore is actually Shadowbringer later, so several expansions, but eventually the ties happen. There's actually a second check to make sure that you've done the Crystal Tower series in Shadowbringers as well. So if you, let's say you story skip, because you can story skip. I do not recommend that whatsoever on your first game playthrough. Don't do that at all, because you're going to be missing so much of the story, so much of the lore. You're just going to be confused with the later story. It's going to be hard to get into it. First playthrough, bear with it. I mean, enjoy the heck out of it once you're past Post to Realm Reborn, but when you're in a Post to Realm Reborn, just grin and bear it. It's not the best. I mean, it's also pretty old. There's a reason why it's probably not the best. It's because it's much older. But I mean, Post to Realm Reborn, eventually, one decade picks up pace at near the end. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the only thing that's rough about mandatory alliance raids and all that stuff is that alliance raids are a 24-person raid. It's 3 parties of 8. Now, typically the alliance in this one is actually they're pretty cool. And anyone who bitches and complains about people who are like new and just learn the mechanics usually get mocked by all the other alliance members. So you're pretty good. I mean, just give your party a heads up. First time here. And hopefully you'll have a good leader in the party who'll just, give you some general advice and all that stuff. Let me make sure I didn't miss any messages here. I'm still scrolling down. Who's gonna have fun for a week with mine? Should probably preface it there. Oh wait, I already read that. Have a rat cage that I haven't cleaned and they've been in for 2 years. Yeah, it's really hard to get to it when there's no creatures in there to like maintain. Digi, welcome on in. I hope you're having a lovely time. So good to see you. I've only been able... Oh my goodness. Let me actually get a shout out for Digi here. Because Digi's actually pretty cool. And is developing this game for called Grab My Balls. And it's pretty fun looking. I need to be able to drop in there more often. Usually my mod duties make it really hard for me. I swear... The way the go live notifications are delivered while you're in mod view are very different. It's a lot more subtle. It's like an icon that shows up in the corner, which is difficult to notice when there's a lot going on. This week, I did manage to at least pop a lurk in there. But my goodness, there is some fun interactions over there. Oh my goodness.
Wowie zowie!
There's another tier 1 sub, this time going to Digi. Enjoy the Cumulus Cloud. Oh, I think that's the 3-month badge. Very nice. And the ad-free experience. Oh, hold on. Ah, Gothic, there we go.
Wowie zowie!
Who not notice that you didn't have a badge either? Enjoy the ad-free experience. Oh my goodness. Had originally stopped MMOs because I have a bad habit of disappearing for a long time. If I was in a guild or whatever. Oh,
Yes!
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, I think that's a Twitch alert. That is a Twitch alert, that one right there. Digi, thank you so much for gifting a community sub. I can't see who it went to yet, because I haven't scrolled that far down. But thank you very much. I will eventually get down there. The originally stopped was a bad habit, disappeared for a long time, so if I was on a guild or whatever and I come back, I was booted out for being gone. Yeah, that's the whole guild thing. And Final Fantasy XIV does have free companies, but while you're on the free trial, there's no obligation to... Well, you can't be in a free company while you're in the free trial. And they can't bother you with free company invitations, which, honestly, I sort of see as a plus. I don't like the cold invites to free companies. I operate in one of our own that, like, our circle operates. We're pretty good at, like... Funny enough, we're medium-sized, even though there's only, like, five to sometimes there's a lot of us active, but it's usually about 5 of us active at the same time. I mean, we have a medium plot. When we're really active, my goodness, we do pretty darn good on that. We got to check in there. I will respect the lurker-friendly aspect of it. But those are some good stats. Love the stories and lore in games, so never skip them. See, second playthrough, third playthrough, perhaps I'll do so. But actually, even second time, I don't think I really skipped the story much. Except for A Realm Reborn, I would gladly skip post A Realm Reborn. But we did stream through A Realm Reborn. Post A Realm Reborn and all the stuff happening there. Have a good lurk gothic. Bread and homemade chicken parm. Got egg and crap on my hands. Okay, makes sense. Sounds like it's gonna be a fantastic food right there. Missed that game, but I have 0 time for an MMO these days. Oh my goodness, yeah. That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. I'm almost caught up. Getting my snipes. Oh my goodness. Hey, I recognize the name of that person. I do like it when the community subs happen and it goes to somebody who I've seen a few times. In fact, I think I've seen them in multiple communities. Oh, fun stuff. I have to do like this when I have chicken and gunk on my hands. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ludon's getting everybody. Now your chicken times will not be interrupted by ads. Oh, thank goodness for that. Twitch has really bad volume management with the ads. And the front page. I've got to say, the Twitch front page has been pretty bad with badly balanced stream audio and that. I mean, I guess that's sort of on like the person who's doing the front page thing. They should be managing their volume a little more carefully, but everybody's got different abilities and not everybody's specialty is sound balancing. I've actually gotten pretty decent at sound balancing, but honestly, the advice that one of our community members, Katori, gave me is probably some of the most valuable advice in terms of that. Katori actually gave me, like, the decibel difference that you want between voice and other things, and that was actually super helpful. So now, like, voices are nice and loud. Now, keep in mind, I mentioned I do a lot of sound balancing. The intro is still loud, and it's always going to be sort of loud. Which I suppose is fine, because I'm not trying to speak over it. Oh my goodness. I will share my chicken as a thank you. Cooking for a lot of people is my dream. Oh, heck yes. Share a chicken as a thank tush cooking for a lot of people. Okay, sectoral captain. You sort of missed it there, but okay. Helio, welcome on in. I hope you are having a lovely time zone. Don't mind my eyes doing weird blinkies sometimes. The high-powered tracking tracks my blinking, but I also wear glasses, so sometimes it will not get my eyes right, and you'll randomly like get squinty eye for no reason, even though my eyes are not squinting. Imagine if it said the tush for a lot of people. Oh my gosh. The sectoral captain could have done so much better with it. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to bring us over here, and then I'm going to get ourselves set up here. So we already mentioned there is one thing on the bot here that we need to fix, and that is the 100, the attendance rate 100. So we already know where this is going to be found. Also, let me press the topic change. Oh, yeah, topic change button. Beep. Okay, I pressed the button. I think it's still going to stay in just chatting. Yeah, because I don't really change the category for this. Okay, so we got all of our fun redeems here. The lurk-in check-in redeem is where we are experiencing the problem. So the lurk-in / check-in thing, first of all, it does a session check. It checks to see if you were already checked in and all that stuff. It checks for a flag, because whenever you're checked in, there's a little flag set on you so that you can't get checked in a second time. That's not our problem. Mess's response is what we want to look at. So we got ourselves first session, we've got additional session, we got 100 sessions. Corey, welcome on back. I think I should be back feeling the greatest. My anxiety is at an all-time high. Oh my goodness. Well, just chill over here and chillax. Give the brain a bit of a rest. I might get a little bit of music going while we're working on this stuff too. The music is going to be on a layer that you cannot hear YouTube, so just keep that in mind. What is going on here? Okay. Set it to there. Ah, yes, the hugs. Yes, definitely. Definitely give out all the hugs. We got ads about to invade too. And we gotta give some for Corey. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Udon, for gifted a tier 1 sub. One of the presents got stuck against the back of my head. It was like bouncing around. But yeah, all the hugs. All the hugs. Heck yes. So, any of you familiar with the flow of conditional effects will see that there's already something wrong. But a lot of you may not be able to immediately recognize what's wrong. So, whatever's at the top of a conditional effect chain has the highest priority. First session having the highest priority, I don't have a problem with that. But 100 sessions is after additional sessions. That's a problem. We just got to drag it up here, literally. That's all we got to do. So now, a check for user metadata, username sessions. We are checking for how many sessions somebody has. And we're checking if that value is 100. Then we get the special response message. Thanks for attending your 100th Sectoral Forces Squadron meetup. Your attendance rate is... And then this is a variable macro that tells the attendance rate for somebody. It's so funny that this is basically programming. You run into the exact same logic operations. Yes, there's a lot of similarities. And actually, I was just working with PowerShell not long ago to update my weather script. PowerShell's a bit of a strange one, though, when you're putting like ifs in and all that stuff. Also, the ads have begun to roll. Shouldn't miss anything too big when we're doing this. But yeah, thanks for attending your 100th Sectoral Force Squadron. Your attendance rate is, and then we've got our variable macro for attendance rate, and I send username into that. But that big 100 is quite something. It really emphasizes that 100. So now that we've moved it up there, once we hit save on this, check-in should work correctly. I believe we do have multiple people in the upper 90s here that are getting really close to 100, so we'll have another opportunity to have this run. Now, we could while we're here, create one for 200 ahead
At a time. And you know what? I think I'm going to. Did that work? Yes, that did work. That did work indeed. That is the Krista voice. Thank you for invoking Krista Helio. Now the sectoral leader has Krista's voice, which is probably going to be making Krista's ears flicker. So, let's say we want to celebrate 200, alright? Okay, cool. So, it doesn't matter if we put it before or after the 100, because we are checking for a value is. It can't be 100 and 200 at the same time, so it doesn't really matter what order I put this in. We're going to set this to 200, and we're going to remove the copy. As I mentioned last time, this is a pretty new feature to the last major version of Firebot added this. I love this. I love the fact that they added it. Why am I in the 100 one now? Okay, so now, 200 sessions. We are checking for 200 sessions. All the way to 200 is quite amazing. There we go. Beautiful. This Kirby Air Rider music playing is slightly distracted. There we go. Now we got support for 100 sessions and 200 sessions. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. If you were wondering why I sound like Krista, it is because we have a redeem for the Krista voice, which, well, changes the voice to Krista. So now the sectoral leader sounds like Krista. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've made that change. Excellent. What was the next thing I was going to do? Well, we can go over the startup, the little startup thing, because this stream actually has, I have Firebot help with a lot of the startup tasks, because I'm not going to be able to remember everything. There's always going to be something that I end up forgetting. Oh, wait, not that. That's Firebot started. We're talking, oh, here we go. Scheduled events. Events that run periodically. In fact, down here, Purge Shinies. At 12 a.m. on the first day of every month. That does happen at the end of every month. But yes, scheduled start. That's one of them right here. Now, this runs an effect list that I've already got set. But if we go into the effect list itself, we get the chat feed alert, which gives me a heads up that the stream's going to start in 30 seconds. However, it only starts if OBS is actually running. So if I'm away from my desk and I forgot to shut this off, it won't actually start the stream in 30 seconds. OBS has to be running. This sets a flag for the stream. There's a lot of complicated things that are done here. Oh, this is the occasional action variable. We initiate this. I didn't realize we started so early. This turns emote mode off. So about 30 seconds before the stream, emote only gets shut off. The OBS scene gets set to the offline screen, in case it was set to a different scene. The command timer is run, and it's given 11 minutes. Wait. Oh, good, it does say set. I mean, it wouldn't work properly if it didn't say set. It'd be, like, invalid argument. OBS source visibility.
That is... Wait, what does that enable? As you can see, there's a lot of things. Oh, it gets the intro scene prepared. This prepares the intro scene. All that happens in the background. Alerts get paused because they actually don't work on the intro screen. So once the intro screen is over, then the alerts resume again. Stats get initialized, the sub goal gets initialized, and then it waits about 27 seconds. Yeah, you got a gift sub. Enjoy the badge and enjoy the month without ads. And here's your conditional effects. After that delay, it checks if OBS is already streaming. So let's say I started stream already. Let's say I started stream already. Looks at the Kadista voice ended, which is probably a notification that was slipped into my dashboard, but I'm not on the dashboard right now, so I actually can't see it. The Kadista voice lasts 5 minutes, and then and then back to my normal voice. Ah, yes, here we go. OBS scene collection name is not unknown. This is a check for if OBS is running. If OBS is not running and I try to retrieve OBS scene collection name, it'll actually return unknown. So utilize this fact. So we only start the stream if the stream's not already started, and if OBS is actually running. And if OBS is streaming, I also have a don't do anything down here. But also I have a don't do anything down here, so I guess this branch is sort of useless to have. But this branch will run if OBS scene collection name is unknown, so. But yeah, that all starts at the beginning. I'm just going to hit cancel because I didn't change anything. Also, schedule uses cron tab format. It's a very odd format. I find it very odd. But it allows you to schedule things to run at a certain time. It's a scheduled timer instead of the interval timers that everybody's used to. So yeah, schedule start. I have a Saturday variation. I have an off-season variation. I have a temporary one. I usually set this if the stream time is not at the typical, like, 6 p.m. Which happened on the 6th of March, actually. You can see that I had it configured to begin the sequence at 8:49 p.m. for the stream at 9. Except the stream didn't start at 9, so it actually didn't wind up doing anything. I had to manually start it. There's also one for Discord if I schedule anything for Discord only, but I haven't used that one in ages, so that one's just disabled. And then stream start itself. There's actually something else that runs to prepare everything as well, and that is the stream started event. But this one is the one that fires off the intro, all that stuff, at the scheduled time. So, OBS source visibility, 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 visibility. This is all intro sequence right here. And then, afterwards, the scene gets changed to the chat-in screen. And also, alerts are resumed, so the alerts start running. And this one unmutes my microphone, I believe. Because I've forgotten to unmute so many times and before I automated this stuff that, like, just do it for me. I keep forgetting. And going into events here, into startup. Stream startup tasks. This runs at the beginning of the stream. This is all the stuff that I put to automate the startup thing and make things easier for me. So a lot of stuff gets set up for me. There's still a few other applications that I need to set myself, and I usually do that during like the 10-minute lead up. So, additional effects. This is when the stream starts. Stream mode is not 3. I actually don't use stream mode 3 anymore. That one is for, we used to do just weather on Sundays, but that segment was sort of and also I liked having Sundays off. So oh yes, that's right. I used to have this too. Because Twitch had an annoying bug where the stream wouldn't start for anybody. Now, automatically, that is. So I literally had to put an announcement in to let everybody know when I went live. If the player has not started showing stream yet, it's probably that annoying Twitch bug. Refresh. I disable it now because Twitch fixed their shit finally, but... Oh my goodness. Do too much. Oh my goodness. Hope you feel better soon. Oh my goodness. Yes. Definitely feel better soon. Oh, is this the one that mutes the game source? Mute Discord, mute game. Yep, mute game source. Here we go. This particular one is the reason why on Saturdays the game is sometimes not unmuted. Because it happens when the stream starts, but I already had this category set ahead of time, so the unmute happens before the mute. Unfortunately, I don't want to really mess with the started sequence because it's pretty stable and it works pretty well. Viewer auto attend gets enabled at this point too. This prevents people from checking in while offline. And this enables people to check in. Ah, that's an event toggle. That is an event toggle. Sits around for about 30 seconds, and then it changes to the intro scene, which already has the pre-intro loaded up and all that stuff, so it's good to go. Discord go live message, Blue Sky go live message. Yes, I do post on Blue Sky. I don't even... Actually, you know what? I think it does work. Ah, yes, it is there. I do have a Blue Sky. I don't post there too often. Sometimes I'll post the extra message. Aside from go live messages do work there. And I actually have the live toggle. In fact, does this do it? Does this do the live thing? No, you know what? I think it's a setting I configured in this. This is a script, by the way. I do have a script loaded into Firebot. It's the one that adds the Blue Sky options. OBS source visibility. I think this is after the pre-intro's done playing, and this just loads up the walk-in animation, all that good stuff. Launch app. I have a preset argument for launch app. I believe this one launches voice meter. Yep, V meter. There we go. I have aliases for them that I can pass through. Not face tubing. This branch runs the most because I usually use the V magic mirror thing. I just shorten them. And yeah, launch app, and then I specify that one. There's VC face too. I don't really use this one anymore. In fact, I'm pretty sure I uninstalled it because I don't plan on using it. VC face just, I have problems with the camera manipulation in that you can barely do anything with it. Game console applications. This should be what launches the throw-in software, actually. Hey, yep, there you go. That's the throw-in software launch. It waits 30 seconds because I don't want to launch all the applications at the same time. And then this one does the little 18 plus check. It checks for that 18 plus tag in my title. And then it enables the 18 plus redeems if it finds it. Otherwise, it disables them. I have them all tagged so I can enable and disable things by group. And this is just for the exclamation mark brang cell function. I have a separate function for it for some reason. I think I should just merge this with the initialize variables, but whatever. And if the stream mode is 3, which it will not be, it only does this stuff. How do you think there's a blue sky go live for this? I haven't updated it at all. Because I don't use that mode anymore. But yeah. The stream cleanup is a very interesting one. So, if you want to generate leadership tables and all that stuff, the way I do them, so the way more complicated than it should be way, I actually start the process in the exclamation mark race section. Subcommands under finish. It actually starts here. So we've got our right to file and all that stuff, which replace line. Okay, good. Replace line 2. Good. Stat template initiation. It's actually a batch file that I wanted to call a PowerShell script, but for some reason Firebot has a fit when I try to call PowerShell scripts. Firebot does not like PowerShell scripts, apparently. The problem is, I supply it with the argument of, this is the path of the script I want you to run. Like, I set this to PowerShell. I set the argument to the file path in that. And it does not ever take the file path, so I haven't tried it with the new version of Firebot, but I just found it a pain in the arse otherwise. So I literally just have a batch file that points. I think it literally just points to the PowerShell script because I'm most familiar with PowerShell. I don't want to use command line for a lot of stuff. Very legacy at this point. But what this does essentially is it'll copy from the template pages that I have for the statistics, and it'll paste that over the previous one. It's a blank template now, and now I can add to it, which is what this one does. First, it checks to see if any of the top 10 have nobody in them, or the people in them have no points. This rarely ever happens. We usually have enough people who come and go to have well over 10 people in the passive race. But just in case, I have this here. And what it'll do is it'll place little placeholders in here. For instance, if for some reason there was absolutely nobody in the passive race, this would run. Because it's checking here. It's checking for place number 1 in the top currency for 0. If that's the case, everybody, it's placeholders for all places. No race stats available. Kookaburra, yeah, all the silly names, all the silly fake names, and I just have blanks there. Let's say that we don't have a 10th place. 10th place is 0. Well, that's what this checks for. Top currency user, race points, position 10, and we're checking the amount. And we're checking for 0. Ah. Now things look a little more complicated, yes. So I'm using my knowledge of HTML combined with my knowledge of Firebot variables to assemble a table. $%rname. This is a variable macro. What this variable macro does is it retrieves your rank abbreviation and then puts your name in. But I have to specify who. Who indeed. Top currency user race points 1 username. The person who is in the first position for race points, which would be first place in the passive race. The name of that person. We are retrieving their username, and we are putting all of that, which literally just translates to whoever's first place in the passive race. And we run them through this, which retrieves the user display name and their rank. So it's sort of like fill in the blank and then fill in the blank of this and fill in the blank of this. Once you fill in the blank of 1, you figure out what it is. You trim out all of that. Like this here, we're literally just changed to a username. This will all become username. The username, whoever the heck it is. And then this variable macro adds their rank and properly capitalizes their name. Because I use user display name, $, user display name. That's what you want to use if you want to retrieve somebody's name with the proper capitalization. Which I prefer to do because it just looks sort of funky when it's all lowercase. You might notice it's within these little TD things. This is one cell on a table. It's a table cell. Essentially, every single one of these represents a column on the table. So this is column 2. As you can see, column 1 is the marker for 1. Now, in column 3, the next thing encased in TD, we've got top currency user. Once again, race points 1, but this time we're looking for the amount, not the name of the person. So, this is the column that tells you how many points do they have. Essentially. I hope I'm simplifying this enough. And then this right here, this is end of a row. It tells you it's the end of a row on a table. Beginning of a row. Now you might notice it's sort of weird. Why the heck do I start here? Talking immediately about columns. Where is the start of the row? Where's the start of the table? That is in the template. That already exists in the template. Which is also why I'm specifically targeting line 21 here. Because this is the line where the table, like where the statistics are. So this is a clever usage of the HTML and knowing where to place stuff based off of a blueprint. It's like utilizing a blueprint. Why did the music skip there? That was interesting. And yeah, same thing for second place, except notice how the top currency thing, the second argument there, it says 2. We're looking for whoever's in the second position. And we go to the third row, and you can see there's a 3 there. And then a 4, and so on. It keeps on going until we hit 10. Now, 10, you will see, that's a placeholder. Let's not forget, I was checking the branch here. The one where 10th place does not have any points. Now, this branch will run most frequently. This one here. If all 10 fields have race points of some sort. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except 10th place also has the top currency user thing that we talked about. Notice how there is no end of table row or end of table on here. That's also contained within the template. It might make a little more sense if I show you the template, or it might just confuse you more. But I will pull it up. I will pull up its structures. HTML files, and it should be stats template. Open with Sublime, because it's so much easier to read with Sublime. Okay, I'm just making sure that there's no data that doxes me or anything like that. Nope. I'm pretty good with keeping all my computer files to the theme of the stream. Hey, Jay did a shiny exchange and rolled a bird lady, which is a full ×1 multiplier, which means that the Kirby and the lemon added a little to the shinies you got back. So you got a little bit back, a little bit more back than what you gave. Fantastic. Also, it gives you a bird buff for the next exchange. So, stats template. So you might have noticed on the previous one I mentioned we're targeting line 21. We're replacing line 21. That's this line right here. We are replacing this line. Notice how it's surrounded by within a table row here with all of that stuff we showed earlier. And it all gets put into here. Well, not this file. It actually gets put into the stats.html file, not the template. We don't ever write to the template. I only write to the template if I am changing something. If I am changing the blueprint. This is essentially the blueprint. So this here will get replaced with the top 10 in the passive race and how much they had, all that stuff. Now, that's going to make the file many more lines, right? Exactly. You are correct about that. The cool part about this is I know exactly how many lines this will add. Because I tested it out one by one to see ultimately how many lines we have. And there's placeholders, and the places are never missing under certain circumstances, so it will always be X amount of lines. So this is cool and all. This is the beginning of that. Now, the rest of this is all mostly tied to the passive race itself. Set user metadata. This is all tracking how many times you got first, second, and third in the passive race. We don't have a table for this yet, but it does get tracked. So when we do have a table, you might see yourself on the table. And then right here, set race points to 0 for all viewers. This is the reset that happens after everybody's positions are all processed. Sound is played. 2 custom effects. Oh, that's the finish line noise. As you can see, it's set to random mode. Race active status is set to 0, which means no race is active. Sound clip played from this one. Sound clip played from this one. This is the finish line sound. I delayed them so that they time themselves similar to the Mario Kart race ending stuff. Race RNG gets deactivated because there's no race running. I update the race active thing here. I was going to retire this, but then it caused a desync problem, so I don't know. That might be something I have to do between seasons where I get rid of all the file rights and I just do persist variables. But anyway, that's where it starts. This is only the beginning of the cleanup routine. The cleanup routine actually, we initiate a lot of it by doing a raid out, which is !raid. Yeah, right here. This doesn't go through a preset yet, does it? It does not. So first thing that happens, race finish. We just went over what that did. That puts things into motion. We wait about 15 seconds. We got to wait for the sound to play, for the results to show, all that stuff. And then we send the raid message. I send it as a streamer so that the emotes always show. And then the one for anybody, which I could send as bot because it just uses global emotes. This is a common mistake I've actually seen a few others make. Your follower-only emotes do not work in other channels if the person is not subbed to your channel. So keep that in mind. There is a little banner that advises you that, like, at the top of that channel's section. But you can close it out and not see it again, too, so you can completely forget that. Very much possible to forget about it. That's why it's best to just use the global emotes. Keep that in mind with the unlockable emotes, too. If somebody has not unlocked that particular emote, because Twitch has these emotes that you can unlock by meeting special conditions, such as the that get heal emote. That is an unlockable. Not everybody's going to have it. So you got to keep that in mind too. Conditional effects. Oh, this is a resolution check. Stream ending soon gets loaded in. And the stream ending thing, funny. This might sound a little ironic, but the intro screen or the intro scene is also the outro screen. It just behaves differently once there's a raid out or once the stream is ended. And then it waits about 90 seconds. Now, why the heck does it wait 90 seconds? It takes about 90 seconds for a raid to happen. if you don't press the button to raid early. After 90 seconds, I do the, we've raided out to user display name argument 1, because when I do the raid command, I have to type in who I'm raiding. That's argument 1 right there. Now, I don't have to do it this way anymore. Firebot actually has a outgoing raid completed event that you can put that on. I can literally get rid of these two right. I think I'm going to do that. Simplify things a little. So we're going to create a new event. Let me just search for it. There's a lot of events. There we go. Outgoing raid completed. I'm just going to call it raided. Oh, raided out. There we go. And then I'm just going to paste the chat event. Ooh, that's yeah, hold on. That's a bit of a problem. Argument 1 does not apply here. Can I use target in this event? I'm going to see if I can use target in this event. Not all things on the event page can use target. Yeah, target's not supported. Okay, then it's probably user then. Probably username. So we're going to do this, and we'll put that, I don't know where. I think maybe I'll just leave it at the bottom. I don't know. Anyway. So we've got that. So let me go back to the raid thing here. Or just forget where it is, and there it is. Raid event, edit, conditional. We're going to go back under here. Okay, I'm going to disable these in case that does not work. But theoretically, what that should do is it should wait for the raid to complete, and then it'll say, we've taken you to this person. I was about to say, this must be some of the music that starts very quiet. That's part of the raid event here, but isn't that... How does that tie to the end? Oh, yeah, by the way, here's raid, unraid Twitch target. Raid channel, target 1. We get that started. Also, this actually sets the OBS source text on the outro, because when you see the outro, the few times that you do, it depends on when I do the close and transition. If I do it early enough, you get to see the stream ending screen and saying, no, like, next destination, the channel we're raiding to. This here sets that. And I also set its visibility so that you can see it. The little raid notice here. So, technically, if I were to go to the stream ending screen and we didn't have a raid destination, you wouldn't see that text there. You just see the stream ending soon. But I almost always have a raid destination in mind when it comes to a lot of that stuff, so They're usually all good on that. Ah, yes. I used to have separate commands for separate timers, and now I decided to just make it into one more complicated than it should be timer thing that can manage 3 different timers. But anyway, that's the whole raid out sequence. But then we've got the stream ended. These are technically, because they should just be called the cleanup tasks, actually. Okay, so the stream ends. Well, the viewer auto-attend gets disabled so that people can't check in while the stream is offline. Stream number variable gets increased by 1 after the stream. Math, custom variable, a double $sign is custom variable. That's the quick way to call it. However, there's certain circumstances you do not want to use this. If you have a hyphen in this, don't use the double $sign in a math variable. It'll think you're trying to subtract, because the dash button is sort of equal to the subtract button. And don't confuse the math function. In this case, stream number is literally just stream num with no spaces, no nothing. So I can get away with doing this. And it increases the stream number by 1. And we got a counter here, which also increases the number of streams by 1. This is the number I do not reset. This is a number that just keeps going up. Keep track of what stream number ultimately we are at. Stream number eventually gets reset because it is the stream number of the season. I have a different file with stream titles and all that stuff, and it goes... Every line is a stream. I have that variable somewhere. I have that somewhere around here. Ah, yes. And we should be on... to give us a good idea of where the heck we are right now. It's a whole bunch of arrays. That's what it is. All of the streams are on here. Every line is a different stream. By the way, we're on line 100 right now, which means the 100th stream of the season. That's pretty cool. Hey, I guess that sort of makes sense because the it makes sense for Omega to hit 100 streams then, if that's the case. Because we started doing this at the beginning of we started doing the check-in thing, sort of, at the beginning of the season. That actually makes sense. Numbers add up. Ah, yes, we have another Lucky Friday 13 tomorrow. That's because we had a February Friday the 13th on a non-leap year. February on non-leap year, the days of the week will be the same in the next month. Because 28 days is exactly 4 weeks. That was uncalled for, Sectoral Captain. That was just me mathing out. Oh my goodness. So, 24 is half of 14, and 14 is 2 weeks. 7 is 1 week. $28. So that's why that works so well. Why the heck are the months so uneven anyways? Why does February always get the short end of the stick? it means a little less on average, a little less love storm, right? Actually, February used to not really have its own redeem. I think I kept it at snowflakes for a while until I was able to get something together for February. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, see, you can see tomorrow's stream on there. You can see the hightail stream. I've been working on tree farms and tunnels and railways. We'll probably be doing more of that. But also, I should probably show you the castle towards the one castle that I finished making, because it actually has like a little like outdoorsy section that actually looks a little charming. It's all base game stuff. Don't expect any of the mods that some of us may be used to in, like, let's say, community servers. In fact, February needs more love and attention. Says the person born in February. It's only 28 days. Sometimes 29. And then, certain other months are getting like 31 days. But let's stop confusing everybody with this massive amount of arrays. Let me put that back into the other... Where did I have it? Was it here? It was beside my weather report, I think. Yep, there we go. Well, I was almost born on the 29th. But cooked a little longer, it would have been a leap year, maybe. One of our uncles is a leap year. Is a leap year person, so... They only actually get... Their birthday is actually only observed every 4 years. What's the placeholder day we usually use? I think we just go like March 1st or something like that. Or maybe some of us go 28th, I don't know. But yeah, stream number, we are on stream number 100 apparently. That's pretty cool. And that update total streams, I think I had that tracking back to the beginning of Season 3. Next year is Season 5. By the way, I'm not actually sure when Season 5 is going to begin. I don't know if it's beginning in September or if it'll begin in November. I might have a seasonal heavy hours job this year, so... Which will pay well. I can guarantee you we'll still have streams on Saturdays, though. Saturdays is going to be like a guaranteed thing. I want to do at least one stream, even off season. We'll still be doing 4 streams a week until my schedule gets restricted otherwise. And I'd still like to do the 12-hour season finale thing. Which so far, probably going to be the first Saturday of May. As per usual, but we'll see. That's the fun stream, by the way. The season finale is the fun stream. That's the 12-hour stream. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cool. I had once met a guest at work who was an elderly lady. But technically was, I think she said either 50 or 21, and forgot now since her birthday was February 29th. Oh! Well, you just divide their age by 4, and you should get roughly their year, but, I mean, like, plus or minus 3 years, but... Oh, what's this write to file anyways? Stream number gets written to file. Okay. And then this just tells me that the title and all that stuff will get changed in 5 minutes. Battle tag gets deactivated. This updates the it updates a certain command. Yes, it updates exclamation mark plans. Because exclamation mark plans will always show the next 3 streams. It's so confusing, but interesting how it works at the same time. Oh, yes. You got 2 different ages. You got your logical age, you've got your technical age. This particular command here will update the exclamation mark plans with the next 3 streams. Because stream number got increased over here, it'll read off of the current line, the line after, and the line after. And it'll read the first section. That's the way I've got my arrays laid out here. The very first section of the array, the very first element is this one, which tells you when the next stream is. Then when I advance to the next segment, it'll read from this one, and it'll set the category to this one. So essentially the stream segment thing goes up by 2 every use. But it starts at -1 so that I'm reading from element 1 when I do it the first time. Element 0 is read from after stream, and it is set for the following line. So it sounds very confusing in words. But it results in the stream title changing seamlessly, and that's really nice. Stream segment, by the way, right here, gets set to -1. And it gets written to file. Ah. This resets the stream ending soon. I do some position resets over here. Because, you know, things are fading out, things are getting cleared out, all that good stuff. This is a second check to make sure that race points are at 0. Because between when the raid happens and the race ends, and between when the stream ends, people might actually incidentally accumulate some race points while that's happening. So that just does a second reset to 0 after the stream is over, so that to make absolutely certain that people are at no points and they're not starting a little ahead on the next race. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I actually changed this branch just last week when we changed the currency to shiny points. This runs on the same logic. However, it targets line 81. As you can see, line 81, it's like, oh, over here? Why over here? It's not actually over here. This accounts for the fact that the race results have already been shoved into here. By the time they've been shoved into here, this becomes line 81. So I'm actually targeting where this is located, where the shiny pieces 1 row is located. I'm targeting its new location ahead of time. It's foresight. And then, yeah, these are all the placeholder checks. Chances are they're probably not going to wind up being used, but I got them there just in case. This is the most likely one to run. And yeah, same thing. Top currency user, shiny pieces, (1). Username. The name of the person in first place. And their rank, because we have it in the rname macro. And then we do top currency again. Shiny pieces 1, but we do amount in a separate row. So, In first place, in this column right here, we have this person, their rank and their name, with this much. That's the logic. And then it's the end of the row. And then it goes the same for second, third, fourth, blah, 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 all the way down to 10th. There you go. Now, this one's a little different. Hugs. Now, we've had enough people do hugs and all that stuff that all of these positions are filled. So this isn't going to run anymore. For a little while, we actually had some zeros, so the placeholders were running. We don't have that anymore. This one's going to be a little different. So, now, I'm going to talk about a new built-in variable in Firebot. It's not brand new to Firebot. Firebot's actually had this for a while. Back, had to go check the on the cats because they sounded like they were killing each other. And surprise, the two boys. Go figure. Of course. Too much rivalry. We're just talking about the user. We're talking about a new kind of... So this is leaderboard off of metadata. What you want to use for this one is $top metadata user. Keep in mind with Firebot's case in, the first word is all lowercase, and any consecutive word, the first letter is capitalized. That's how it works for Firebot's variables. Now, within this, there's 3 different arguments. First of all, what is the metadata called? In this case, the tracker I use for everybody's, the amount of hugs they've given is hugs given. Case sensitive, by the way. Make sure you keep in mind how you capitalize these. I'm checking position number 1. Yep, camel case. Exactly, Udon. Camel case. In some areas, I actually break the camel case in rules, sort of, because I capitalize the first word. A certain metadata, I winded up doing that. I don't know why, but I didn't want to go back and change it. We got ads started in less than a minute. I can probably show you what fires off that event, too. We're looking at position number 1, and we want the username of the person in first place. Because just like the other ones, we want the first row to show who's in first place. This tells us this row is the person in first place. This is the 1 marker. This tells us who the heck they are. As per usual, I still use the R name, the rank name. And in the next one, it's still top metadata user, hugs given 1, but you're looking for amount. It has the same structure as top currency. So when you learn top currency, you can use top metadata user easily. And this time we're targeting amount. We want to show how many hugs they gave. So we're talking about position 1 here. So we'll probably... This is a super easy example because I already know who's on top of the... on top of that board. We'll get Jazz's rank and we'll get Jazz's name. Well, first, we'll get Jazz's name right here in username. They're going to be in position 1 for hugs given. So this entire thing is going to wind up changing to Jazz's username. And then it's going to get passed into the rname variable macro. Showers are now departing at the SES main base. Ah. It gets past here, so Jazz's name gets properly capitalized, and the applicable rank is added through the variable macro. And then this will literally just, it'll translate to how many hugs Jazz has given. There we go. We don't need to complicate it anymore. Because we're looking at the amount for hugs given. And then, yeah, it'll do the same thing for second place, third place, fourth place, all the way down to 10th place. Again, write in on a template, which is why we're specifically targeting line 141 this time. Okay, I thought there were different numbers between the placeholders, and I would have been like, no. We're all supposed to target the same line. Nope, line 141 for hugs. So once again, I'm accounting for the fact that above hugs here, we have 2 sets of data that have already been added to this table, which will increase the line number that the next placeholder is on. So 141 in this case. You'll notice it increments by a certain amount because I'm doing top 10 and there's the same number of columns per row. So it's actually going up by a predictable amount while I am doing top 10. You will see that rule change after this line right here, actually. So we got we're checking for zeros on firsts, which is still running, by the way, because we don't have a 5th person who has claimed first yet. It's difficult to claim first because Omega's usually on first here. So this is actually the branch we're most likely to run into. 5th plus no points. So this one works the same way. It still uses metadata. So once again, $ top metadata user is what you want to use. This time I'm looking for the metadata called first claimed. And I'm looking for position number 1, the name in that position. So we already know who's going to be in this one. It'll be Omega. Omega's username will get processed through our name, which will change Omega's name to a rank abbreviation and the proper capitalized name. Welcome on back from ads, everybody. I'm just going through top metadata user. By the way, if anybody does end up having any Firebot-related questions and stuff, this stream is actually one of the best streams to ask about that kind of stuff. You know, while I'm doing all this stuff. So yeah, we'll have all this. This still works the same way down here too. Except it's looking at first claimed, which is the metadata name that I use for people claiming first. Same thing except second, same thing except third, same thing except fourth, and then 5th here I put a placeholder in. In this case I just go nope. Now, I'm checking the top 5, which means less rows, which means different amount of lines. So this one here, you can see it targets line 201. Okay, cool. But now we're going to see a different number.
This button does.
We're also going to see an RNG red button. What are we doing? Okay, nothing. Carrying on. It may be nothing. I don't know. We'll see if it's...
do anything.
Okay, it actually didn't do anything. There was no Kadista waiting to jump up at me this time. Oh my goodness. The good old red button. Now, second place, we have enough variety in second place that we're going to see the otherwise branch run. Oh, look! The pattern's a little different. It doesn't end in 1 this time. Line 236. Because we were checking top 5 previously, the offset's going to be a little different. This number is going to keep going up. As you can see, the template clearly does not have that many lines right now. But by this point, we are going to have this populated. The passive race is the first one to get populated. Then we're going to have the shiny pieces, the top table there. We're going to have hugs. We're going to have first. All of those are going to have data populated into them, which is going to greatly increase the line that this particular one is on. And in the case of when I was running it 1 by 1, it winded up being line 236. This is going to work the same way. In first place, we have the name of whoever the heck is in first. In first place, we have name of whoever the heck is first for second claimed. And then we have how many times they have done so. Notice it is now second claim that I'm looking for. Otherwise, it's all the same. You can actually copy and paste most of this and just change 1 or 2 things, and there you go. I don't know why I'm instinctively pressing save, because I'm just going to press cancel afterwards, because I haven't made any actual changes. So by now, you know how thirds goes. Thirds is going to be the same thing. Except third claimed now. I've got a pattern going now. So now I'm just changing the first to second, the second to third. That's all I'm doing. Otherwise, it's the same. Once you catch on to that pattern, then it becomes a little easier to get more consistent with it. Also, note the line. Now it's 271. Hey, look, it's back to ending in 1s. That's because it's top 5, and 5 is half of 10. They're both friendly factors towards one another. Okay, there you go. These have all been published to the same file. HTML files, stats.html. That's where it's all being written to. That is a file that gets forwarded. Now, you can actually see down here, sync stream stats to cloud. I actually run a file, but this actually just calls a PowerShell file because I do everything on PowerShell. Oh, I do not wait for program to finish this time. Wait, and I do on... Oh. Oh, that makes sense. Race items and stream stats to HTML file. I have a separate file that things are written to, but this one I do all in one go. Because all the stats are already available. I don't need to write 1 by 1. I'm just slapping it all into line 11. Now, we actually do not have that file open right now, so let me just pull up that file. Ah, look at that. I even just have a placeholder here. Stream stats will be placed here once the script is run. Ah, cool. Fantastic. Sounds cool to me. So I'll literally take all of this. In stream number, I just put the custom variable, stream number. There we go. That's what we're at. Next stream. Well, this is another variable macro, except this one takes 2 arguments. $% stream segment. S segment. Stream number, comma, 0. Now, from here, that makes no bloody sense. What this variable macro is actually instructing is it is instructing to pull from the season 4 variable file an array on line stream number. That's the line number that's going to be read. And that's the index. That is which element I want pulled. So here we go. I get to show you guys the I get to show you the file again. So stream number 100. Tomorrow's stream. Sorry, today's stream. What? Hold on. What the heck's going on here? Oh, I see. This is actually stream number 99. Things are just being really dumb. Okay. When you press end on a line, for some dumb reason, it tells you the number of the next line. I don't know why. Windows is just really dumb like that. But yeah, let's say we're on stream number 100 or something like that. So it'll say line 100. Within this array, I want to look at element 1. Ah! That's element 0. This is element 0. Oops. So within here, this entire thing is going to become that first element. And it's going to show it on here. So next stream, and then it's going to show what we just highlighted here. Given that I have put my arrays down properly. I'll have to show you the variable macros next because some of them are... I have one or two that are simple, and I have a few that are a little complicated. 2 streams later. Ah, check it out. Now we've made things a little more complicated again. So stream segment. So what the heck am I passing in this time? Well, now I'm passing a math expression. A math expression has to be completed first. We're taking stream number. So in the example we mentioned, this would be 100 plus 1. So we're actually looking at line 101. We're still looking at element 0. We're still looking at the very first thing. So it's checking the stream after. The stream after the next stream. That's what it's checking, essentially. Just like if we go down here to 3 streams later, you'll notice that it's now plus 2. We're checking 2 lines down. We're still checking element 0. Yeah, that's pretty much how that one works. Now, these ones are fairly straightforward. Sort of straightforward. If you're really good with custom variables, then it's fairly straightforward. We keep track of this stuff in the background. Oh, did random event just random occasional trigger, did it? Oh, like just trigger or something like that? Why is it at 100? Oh, it did do red button recently, actually. So I guess that would have been a recent trigger. Okay, so these are custom variables. The custom variables that we're looking at are the race item ones. So I actually cleverly labeled mine. Capital R, lowercase c, anything under that is all race statistics. I put them under a category and named them as such. So, mushrooms used. MSH. I use MSH for that. Which, by the way, these are not necessarily shown in the order I process them. These variables are actually shown in the order that they are processed. Or, sorry, that they spawn in. This list doesn't have anything else to do with it. It's not a priority system or anything like that. So mushroom is down here. It's at 9 right now. So if we process this right now, this would translate to a 9. That's all there is to it. $, whatever the heck your variable name is. Make sure that your capitalization is exact, because this is case sensitive. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Triple mushroom. Yes. RCMS3. Okay, cool. Banana peels, golden mushrooms, etc., etc. All that stuff. And then you've got your items thrown. I've actually got a separate category for that, too. Ah, we've had 2 random items thrown, and we've had nothing else thrown. Really? Okay. Not much on the throwing table. Start streaming. Start streaming. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't have enhanced broadcasting on. Well, what the heck? Twitch, you're supposed to freaking have a... You're supposed to have a kill screen. You're supposed to have a freaking kill screen, Twitch. Why can't you do your freaking job? That was an unexpected disconnect, was it not? Well, freaking Twitch can't do its damn job, so now our ads are all fucked up. What a bunch of bullshit. Why is Windows such a useless piece of shit? Doesn't know how to keep anything connected. Okay. We are back. Music's still playing. OBS somehow didn't crash from that. But why is Windows such a miserable piece of freaking shit? And no, I'm not going to be updating my NVIDIA card. I don't need additional problems. Fuck that shit. I'm not updating my damn graphics card when the latest version is absolute garbage. Ugh. Okay, so our stupid ads are going to start in, like, 3 minutes or something like that, because Twitch is too stupid to, cover my stream. OBS is also partially at fault for this, though. OBS, you piece of shit. You said I was still streaming, but you were sitting at 0 kilobytes per second. That is not streaming. Also, let me get Firebot started. I shut Firebot off while I was restarting to avoid the stream start events. So I'm just going to get Firebot back up and running here. Gonna show up here. Yep. Okay, and we're going to switch ourselves back over to... I don't even know where the heck we were before this bullshit happened. I think we were at the stream ended events. We were in the middle of that. Ugh, everyone should switch to Linux. I'm getting increasingly tempted. If these rumors about Windows 12 do wind up being true, then I'm fucking ditching Windows. Like, I'm done with this bullshit. Run into less problems with Linux anyways. But I will run into a ton of problems trying to migrate to Linux, because there'll be a lot of things that don't want to initially work. Oh, this was still open too. Let me just move this back over here. Until we need it again, if we need it again. Rumors on Windows? Oh, no, it's unverified Windows 12 rumors and that. I'm waiting for them to actually be, like, properly confirmed. But I can't totally disbelieve their so-called rumors just because of how scummy Microsoft has been lately. Especially with their stupid AI bullshit. Oh my goodness. Thanks for identifying the emote, Udon. Ah. Music stopped, everything froze for a good while. And then Windows took a good, lovely, like, 15 seconds to pull its head out of its ass and realize that the graphics driver probably needs to be restarted or something like that. This operating system is so stupid. You know, if it would recognize abnormalities a little sooner. Oh, all the shoutouts are going to go off again because they restarted Firebot. Ah, but also, hold on a moment. There we go. We're back in action. Okay. I think, did the variables recover correctly? Stream segment did not recover successfully, but array statistics did recover successfully. Nice. Stream segment is a little weird, but I could just do that, and that'll fix it.
Yes!
Oh, no, it will not. It now thinks we are on the... Why the hell is... I shut off Firebot so it wouldn't do that bullshit. Oh, for frick's sakes.
No!
Thanks for activating. No! And yes. Oh. I don't even have really high resource usages right now. Why is Sublime being a piece of shit? Can't click on anything here. I'll just close the whole thing and reopen it. Okay. This needs to be set to 99. Line 23. Oh, no, not line 23. Stream segment. Hold on. That should set the stream number correctly. Yep, there we go. That's what I want. I want it to set to 99. And also... Stream segment, I'm just going to delete stream segment and do this. And then do this. Hey, that's where I want. That's what I want for the title. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I do like that the race statistics properly recovered this time. That's good. That's good. Now, we were, before Windows decided to be a miserable piece of garbage, we were talking about the stream end segment. Oh, Windows is so stupid. Closed captions are off. Well, don't shut them off then. You know, if Twitch hadn't, if Twitch hadn't demonstrated its incapability of not using disconnect protection, then we wouldn't have run into any of these issues, would we? We wouldn't be dealing with these stupid ads either. Where's disconnect protection? I need to make sure that that didn't get screwed up. It is on! You suck, Twitch. You seriously suck. Like, what? Why? What is the point of me having disconnect protection on if you can't use disconnect protection? Ugh. Well, good thing is I didn't have to send out a second go live notification. Thank goodness for that. I don't have a second ping sit in there. Ugh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Keep me on that. There we go. There we go. Okay. We good. We good. Okay. Now, where were we before that bullshit happened? Ah, yes, we were just talking about the right to file here. And all the crazy things it does. So we were talking about, yeah, the custom variable, double $sign, whatever your custom variable is. It is case sensitive. We've got our items thrown. Was our items thrown actually remembered? That's actually a good question. Nope. Items thrown was forgotten. I know it was at 2. I could just manipulate it by throwing something. Oh, wait. We didn't get the... It'd help if I had the throwing software started up again. We had to force it to crash faster. And it's... Yeah, this application is a stupid piece of crap and completely forgot the window it was originally on. Love it when it takes over my full freaking monitor. Full screen off. Move over here. Full screen back on. Settings off. There we go. Okay. Everything is back to the way it should be now. What a pain in the arse. We'll throw random one more time, because I remembered that was the only number that was at 2. And this should set the statistic to 2. Custom variable inspector. Oh, Shiny Exchange showed up at the bottom for some reason. Oh, wait, I know why. I know why. It's because SLdr just did the Shiny Exchange. That's why the variables showed up down there. I was just checking out the variables, actually. There we go. He has no pet channel. Oh, no, I don't have a pet channel. No. Oh, the bird buff didn't give Jay anything very, well, I mean, Lemon has a really crappy multiplier. And Mario has an alright multiplier. Deity has a very meh multiplier. It's like 0.15, something like that. I'm not sure if Diamanda added very much either. Only got a fraction back. Dang it. The crows are being cheap. Oh my goodness. I think I don't really have much for media channels at all. I swear almost everything is just like... Almost everything media related is like Sharon. Well, technically, Memories of the Past is the, where the clips go. Let's say if we're deciding to use a little more than I normally would. I mean, if anything, the bird buff is one of the best times, but yeah, then the birds decide to be cheap one day. Throws are going to show up a little oddly here. I wonder if I can manually fix that. Like something to do with stream startup. Oh, like initialize stats perhaps, right? Other stats. Throw stats. Aha! Yes. Oh, I need to set these to persist. I'm going to set these to persist. That might actually help us keep them around, too. Also, I'm going to execute these as I go down. So we have our throwables. So that they don't show up as blank, because that bothers me when they show up as blank. Thunder, we're going to do that. Whoops, hold on. We'll run it after I set persist to on. Persist, run. Persist, run. Now I'm going to make sure these are all set to persist. Yeah, I know I set the rest of them. Okay, now they won't show up as an awkward 0 value. Hold on. Astrid, welcome on in. I hope you're having a lovely time zone. Oh, they didn't all get triggered. Interesting. You know, if the variable window didn't get in the way of so many things, let me just push that a little more off to the side here. Initialize stats. Looks like it didn't apply to all of them. No. Throw stats.
Break.
Oh, you know what? The rest of the throwables did get initialized. They're on my other screen. This window is actually going on to the other screen. Okay. Trying to enjoy my evening. Got the all clear of a break on the leg from that bad as well today. Oh, you got the all clear? Heck yes. It's exclamation mark throw random with no space. There's no space. But also the channel point redeem can happen. Yeah, there we go. And that should increase. Yep, that increases throw RNG by 1. We know that's working. Oh, also, this last item here is actually changing from time to time as items are rolled. This is the passive race running in the background. Wait, did it target me? I can't tell because the window is back to not working. I love it when the variable window does... Uh-oh. That was a fake Krista. Oh my goodness. Oh, did it include a space? That might have been why. Oh my goodness. That was a fake Krista. You noticed how she had no tail and she attached and exploded? Yep. Sometimes I find what happens with the throw something when you type something in on mobile, the phone will sometimes insert a space, and Firebot will read that space and it'll be like, that's not a valid throwable. What happens when it reads it as invalid is it will auto-refund you. Makes things a little easier for me. Any valid throwables go into my queue for, I think, up to 5 minutes, and then they get auto-approved. So I have time, if I don't see the throwable, to reject it and refund people, if need be. Bullet Bill was the last item, and it boosted Sect. I don't know who, but... Oh, look at that. Look, now the last item was Mushroom. Boost SLdr. There we go. The small boost right there. Oh no, did sound clips played get reset too? Boo. You know what? That's another thing we should fix. Look, we're trying to fix some Firebot things anyways. That is an explosive. Ah. Okay, initialize stats, other stats. These we're going to make persist too. Because then we don't have to deal with the pain in the arse that is trying to recover these. Oh no, I think Hugs got reset too. Thanks for the pedal storm. That's a lot of pedals. It's a very gentle seasonal. Okay, Hugs is now set to persist, so we shouldn't have that issue anymore. I've been setting a lot more variables to persist. Now, you know, I've been wondering, like, why the heck don't you just enable this globally on Firebot? Because Firebot does have an option to globally enable it. Because there's some useless variables that I want to get flushed when I reset Firebot. Mushroom. See, now Sound Clips is at 2. And I think the hug statistics should be started again. Even though, wait, what? Where is the hug statistic? It's like totally gone. Might just be because the window froze again.
Button does.
Random button. Upside down we go.
A button that transports you to Australia. Whoa.
There's the hug statistic. Yeah, it's only at 1 now. Ah, dang it. That one's going to be messed up. But we did just do a mitigation. All of those variables will now persist, so we're not going to have that stupid issue later. Include in hug. Hug is now set to persist. So if I have to restart Firebot, that variable should still be there. Oh, hold on. All. I have to do this to all as well. Persist. All of you persist. All statistics. Until I give the delete all command, you all persist. Then you don't. Karista hugs tracked separately from normal hugs? Yes, they are. They are a separate statistic. That is probably also zeroed out, but also we have actually haven't had any Karista hugs today, so that one we'll check out. Mushroom 3, star. Now I've got to actually say where I am because I just clicked on the same one several times in a row. Yeah. Mushroom. There's the Karista hug. Big Karista hug.
Did you like that?
I think jump scares got reset too, so delayed jump scares will put it back on the board. We're going to see some things on the table that are probably blanked out as a result. Thanks for the Karista hug. I know Karista loves the heck out of him. Throw explosive. Throw Karista. Throw Dimenda. Throw thunder. Throw bell. Yeah, put all of these on here. Throw meteor. Sound clips played. Red buttons pushed. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I think that's one that's going to get reset. Yeah. A lot of these get reset because they don't... The race statistics, the items and all that stuff, that got recovered because there is a on Firebot startup that checks for an incomplete race. Hey, is hug persistent? Good. C hug. There you go. C hug is the Karista hug statistic. That's all stats. These ones should still be the same, right? Good. These ones I do not want to persist. This is the remove all command, which happens at the end of the stream when the stream's actually ended. Are these all set to persist? Good. And I think we did that with froze. Yes. I'm going to do that with the race stats anyways. They actually auto-recover from file if there's an incomplete race, but... Red shell, bomb, blue shell. Look at that, we've given ourselves some things to do. More statistics to remain consistent. %85.5%, 47 sessions. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I had to double check. I had room for doubt that I marked that as persistent. Yes, persist all of these can persist. Until end of stream when they are told to clear out. Then they cannot persist. Then they can leave. Then you may go. That one had a nice long delay. Yes, that one had almost a 2-minute delay. Always nice when things actually work properly. Firebot didn't try to write the file, did it? It did try to write the file. I see the timestamps here. What did it write? It completely failed at writing. You know why you failed at writing, Firebot? Because the race didn't end. And the race ending is what tells the template to reset the file. It tried right into a table that was already populated. Yeah, that's not going to work now, is it? Yeah, looks a little silly, doesn't it? Maybe, Firebot, maybe you should not run a stream ended event when it doesn't end normally. I closed Firebot before actually stopping the fake stream that was actually not streaming. OBS was being a bunch of bullshit and lying to me about that. OBS did successfully not crash. I'll give it credit for that. But Firebot ran the stream ending event, which will explain, actually. That's actually why I thought about this. Was because I noticed the stream number got increased to 100, which only happens when the stream ending event happens. So the stream ended event tried to run when it wasn't supposed to. Tisk. Now that I've got those things reset back to... now that all of that got reset back to... what the heck? I think it was just a stream number. I set it back to 99, so... things should display a lot more properly at the end of the stream. Oh, by the way, this runs a credits thing for subs and that. I think the file's pretty large, so if I run this now, you're probably going to see a lot of them. I originally planned to just run this at the end of a month, and then I realized I'm probably going to forget to run it at the end of every month. Maybe I should just run it at the end of an event. Oh my goodness, look at that. A Karista giving SLdr a pretty good return on that shiny exchange. The 1.69 multiplier right there. Diamanda can be up to 0.69 and down to minus 0.2. And Kirby is either a 0.15 or a 0.2. I don't remember. Got a good amount of shiny pieces back. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna run this and see how bugged it is. What? Excuse me? Hold on. Is there a dashboard command I'm supposed to run for this? Oh, there is. It's like, thank you for your subs. Wait, what? Anonymous times 5. Oh my goodness, the text is so off center. I don't. By the way, this is like November's. This isn't not something that I. This is probably since like late November, by the way. So there's gonna be like all these names that show up. It's like I don't have the calculation. I'd have to run a calculation on number of characters in somebody's name for this. But this little feature here is supposed to be a thanks kind of thing. And it's supposed to RNG some pictures. Oh, there's repeat entities in here. It's whatever was in the sub/support file. Which I don't even think I can check that anymore. I think it gets emptied out when the sequence is run. Wait, how long is this going to go on for? This might go on for a little while because it's been since late November. It's been collected. Well, anyway, while we're doing this this fun little thing, the reason I haven't totally rolled this out yet is because there's a lot of problems. Text position is one of the big problems that I haven't been able to get right. Why is the lettuce partially transparent anyways? So the vegetable in that is random. I think this is November's theme. November and December are the only 2 months that actually have a theme on it. It just keeps going. But yeah, the position's supposed to be random. The image is supposed to be random. And it's supposed to be a little, like, thank you for your support kind of thing. Why are these showing up in such bizarre orders, though? It does acknowledge the ×5, by the way. Oh, this. I really hope this doesn't acknowledge individual on top of 5, because then we're gonna have like a lot. Wait. Wait a minute. That one was not that long ago. That was a community sub ×1 right there. Okay, so it did eventually catch itself up. Nice. It's a little like prototype event. It's sort of like it is a thank you for your support, but I only have themes for November and December, and I sort of want to have themes for every month. But also, I just have not had the time to put all of those resources together. I need a variety of resources for each month, and I'm no artist here. I do have some snowflakes and variations and stuff that I used in some previous winter animation. I don't even do the seasonal animation thing anymore. We had like a pumpkin animation and a snow-in animation for those two themes. We have absolutely nothing for Easter. Except we sort of do have something for Easter, actually. We have the those throwable eggs. We have those. The ones used in the most violent redeems, the most violent seasonal redeem we have. Which, by the way, next month, that's next month's throwables, the most violent redeem. Followed very closely with the bulb storm on which is December's theme. Violently throw in Christmas bulbs at me. Because that's how you celebrate the holiday season. You violently throw bulbs. Some of them are explosive. Some of them shatter. But yeah, definitely how you observe the holidays. Did we even finish the entire stream ended, or did I get distracted by something again? Yeah, I got distracted by something again. So, after the HTML file and all that stuff, after this Season 4 thing is written, I run another program, and that queues the transfer of the HTML files over to the cloud. We might have ourselves a bit of an issue with how things are displayed on the cloud for a bit. But also, this is around the time that I finish, actually. Oh my goodness, we actually did make it all the way to 9. And even with that dumb little bug of Windows being a piece of garbage, we were able to recover from that. We might have some weird statistics that show up as blank as a result. Not the throwables. I manually fixed that. But the other statistics, we may have some things that show up as blank or show up a little lower than usual. Now that I have them set to persist, we shouldn't encounter that issue as often anymore. But hopefully we don't have to do a recovery very often. All right, everybody. I'm going to take a look at who I can send you off to. We're going to head over here. Welcome on in, Lucci. Thanks for the water. We're going to pause the music.
Stretch those shoulders.
We're going to remove it from this source, and we're going to add it back to the source I originally had it on. Media player. We put you here. Thanks for the care package. We're at the end of the stream here, so I'll just sneak in a drink. Whoa. Also, welcome on in, Lucci. A stretch. 1, 2, 3. 3 bone pops. That's the answer for that one. It's always a mystery. How many bones will pop during this stretch? And some good old trail mix. Very nice. Thanks for the care session. Or say the care package. Welcome on in, Lucci. I am going to send you guys off. But I gotta figure out who the heck to send you off to first. How about somewhere I haven't sent you off to in a while? I do this. I go raids only. Not quite. Not quite. Until next time, Shiny Exchange. Oh, yeah. I had a feeling I haven't sent you this direction yet. And it's about time I do so. I'm going to send you guys over to Corey. Anything Horror, aka Anything Horror. They're playing some Slime Rancher, which is actually a pretty wholesome game. Let me cancel out and get out of all my Firebot menus and get the raid initiated, which will generate a new table. I'm in there. Well, you'll be there twice now. Tush in there. Sectoral Captain. Oh, Sectoral Captain. You calm down now. Oh my goodness. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for joining. Whether you were here in full and part, whether you're active, whether you're lurking, or anywhere between, it's all greatly appreciated. Congratulations to the top 3 in the passive races. You get bonus gold pieces to use in future sound commands. First raid message is for subs. However, in the event that you do not have a sub, there is a message just underneath, and you can use that particular message. At least it didn't replace there with Tush. Oh my gosh. It very well could have. Alright, everybody. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. will be the next stream. And it'll be a FaceTuber Friday. We'll be doing some hightail, so it'll be more casual shenanigans. Look forward to that. Saturday, Outbreak, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Also look forward to that. We'll see if another tornado heads straight at us like last time. Oh my goodness, I love it when the tornadoes do that. Alright, everybody, till next time, take good care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and this is a very important one, keep being yourself. Till next time, have a lovely night, everybody, or time zone.
Like a leper.